It doesn't matter what the goal is. It doesn't matter if it's a fitness goal, a career goal, a personal goal, or even an educational goal. Learning this one skill is going to skyrocket your odds of success. Now, since I am a fitness and nutrition coach, let's assume for the sake of this video that you have a fitness goal. To achieve this fitness goal, you promise that you'll work out 5 times in a week, you're going to sleep on time so that you have a routine, and you're going to eat only home-cooked food. You do it successfully for 2 days, but on the 3rd day, someone asks you to go get drinks with them. And you just can't stop yourself from saying yes. And because of that, on day number 3, your consistency goes for a toss. Here's the truth. Most people are stuck in a cycle of people-pleasing and struggling to say no. You think it's only a one-time thing and that it won't matter, but you deep inside know that it does. You skip your workouts because you don't want to upset your friends. You eat out too frequently because your co-workers want to hang out. And before you know it, you're looking in the mirror, wondering why nothing has changed. Learning how to say no and learning how to draw boundaries is one of the most important skills that you will ever learn. Not just because it helps you take control of your own time, but because you get to prioritize things that matter to you. But unfortunately, it's also one of those things that most people find really hard to do. So how do you fix this? How do you learn to negotiate better for your time? Here are 3 things that you need to start doing. Number 1, recognize what boundaries really are. When someone asks you to hang out and you say no, you have something planned, sometimes you might feel the need to explain yourself. But the truth is, you don't have to explain your reasons to everyone. And that doesn't make you rude whatsoever, because in most cases, nobody is going to ask you why. It's only those who are reasonably close to you who might ask you what you have going on. But barring those cases, most people don't care. Let's say someone asks you to go get dinner, and because you have a workout planned, you say no, I can't, I have something planned. You don't have to explain what it is, because you don't owe everyone an explanation. And I'm not asking you to be rude. All I'm asking you to say is, no, I have something lined up. You don't have to start explaining what you have planned and why you have it planned at a certain time. And in most cases, most people won't ask you either. It's only on a rare occasion where someone who's close enough to you is going to ask you what you have going on. Most people seem very afraid of saying no without following it up with some sort of explanation. Almost as if they have to make it make sense to the other person, otherwise it's not a valid reason. But setting boundaries is exactly about that. It's about understanding that you can say no without asking for permission. Because it's just insanely irrational for you to have to justify your reasons to everyone. And it's even more irrational for you to expect that everyone will understand. And recognizing this will make it significantly easier for you to be comfortable with setting your boundaries. Number 2, schedule your priorities. I want you to schedule the things that matter to you, including your workouts and your personal time, almost as if it's an important business decision. Because truth be told, it's almost as important as a business decision. Your health is the foundation of everything good in your life. And if you don't put aside some time for your workouts and the time that you need to take care of yourself, there's absolutely no chance that you'll just come across some extra time where you can actually get a workout done. If you don't deliberately take out some time to work out or to take care of yourself, there is absolutely no way that you'll just happen to have some extra time where you can get a workout in. Plus, it's far easier to stick to your guns when you have some clarity. So let's say you plan to work out on a Wednesday at 8 p.m. It's going to be significantly easier to plan everything else around this because you know exactly what you're doing when. This will give you a better idea of what you're doing when. This will also give you a much better idea of where you spend your time, and it will also help you balance the other pillars of your life well. Number 3, practice. Look, some people find it hard to say no, and they also find it generally hard to stand up for themselves. Them feeling this way is not exactly rational. In most cases, it's a function of conditioning. And if you're one of those people, no matter how much logic you see in this video, you're going to find it very hard to apply in your day-to-day life. At least not without feeling a ton of guilt or awkwardness. In some sense, saying no just feels wrong. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to ease into it. Because saying no and risking disappointing people is a skill that almost takes some getting used to. So start small and make it frequent. Let's say you're at a fast food counter and they ask you if you want an add-on. Say no if you don't want one. If you're at a restaurant and someone gets your order wrong, object and ask them to take it back. If someone asks you for a favor that you know is going to stretch you thin, say no, but be polite about it. And if your friends ask you to stay for a little while longer, if you can't, then say no. But just don't be a jerk about it. The idea here is that the more frequently you say no, the more comfortable you're going to get doing it. So that little fear that you feel deep in your chest, where you feel like something is wrong because you're saying no, it's extremely normal. You're almost anticipating a negative repercussion of saying no, even though that's most likely not going to happen. Like I said, it might be because of conditioning of some sort that you picked up in your childhood. And it's only going to go away if you say no enough number of times and you create evidence that saying no does not come with negative repercussion. If you follow those 3 steps, look, setting boundaries is not just about saying no. It's about establishing through actual action that you are a priority. I will go as far as to say that when you set boundaries for yourself, you're setting an example or a standard for how other people should be treating you. Because the idea is simple. If you're available all the time to everyone and you never say a no, you're going to lose respect, because what's abundantly and unconditionally available is usually lost respect for. That basic law of demand and supply also applies to humans. And if that's not bad enough, if you don't learn to negotiate for your time, and if you don't take out time for things that are important to you or things that help you grow as a person, you're going to stagnate. And honestly, I can't think of a better way to make people lose respect for you. But when you eventually become comfortable with saying no, what you're telling the world is, look, my time has some value, and by extension, I have some value. And I promise you, people do notice that. And it seems very counterintuitive, especially if you're someone who has people-pleasing tendencies, where if you make yourself less available, people are going to like you more. But no, that's how it works. Because the people who are worth keeping around, the people who actually value you for you, they will almost appreciate the fact that you have a spine. And if there are certain people who don't appreciate the fact that you're getting better at drawing boundaries, then those aren't the kind of people you want to keep around. Because maybe they were in your life because you were convenient to keep around. That's all I have for this video. And if this video helped you in any capacity, I would appreciate you sharing this with a friend. Because while we have quite the community on Instagram, it's word of mouth referrals like yours that are going to make this channel grow. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next.